Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy AB back again with another video, back again with another analysis. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking your time to watch my videos. I appreciate it. Um, just wanted to just throw that out before I even get started. So what we have today is, you know how I do on Tuesdays. I usually do my intraday setups or day trade setups so that I could be looking for anything that's on the arbitrage website. And that, just like I said, is just like a filter basically so that I don't have to go through a whole lot of pairs. Like I don't have to go manually on the trading view and to look at all types of different pairs. But if I don't find any, then obviously I'll still head over there and do just that, right? So let me find, I don't know where I had a piece of paper just a minute ago with everything that I was, oh, here it is, I think. Nope, that's not it. Oh, never mind. Just gonna go ahead and just get my trading journal right here, which I suggest if you don't have a trading journal, you should get one. And I'll just put it in here on the back page. All right, so I'm gonna do my usual, so like I usually do, so Forest 5-minute chart, that's what I look at on the website, and I look at the apocalypse for the 5-minute chart because the 5-minute chart is the same thing as the 1 hour Forex chart, which is on the arbitrage band. That's what I look at every morning, or every Tuesday morning, and then I'll look at potential trade setups. So let's go ahead and get started with USD because that's what we're gonna be getting into. We're gonna be getting into the New York session like in about like 50 minutes. And for those who are usually hearing my music, I've been getting some people saying that, oh, it distracts them, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that because I get it. Not everybody likes to hear the sound of music while they're trying to listen to something. So I just listen to it personally because it soothes me. You know, it keeps me calm, keeps me concentrated because it's not super loud and it doesn't have any lyrics. So, but yeah, so going through here, no, yes. We have a yes on GBP/USD on the lower danger zone. That is what I like to see. So GU, let me get a different pen. Go ahead and grab a different pen. I have a whole lot of pens and markers right here. I'm going to go ahead and mute you, but if you do have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. What's going on, Danny? How you doing? So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. So with GU, again, so GU, we have at the lower danger zone right here. So I'm going to put 5-minute lower danger zone. Okay, continue on. Go on to the second page. So no. Have a lot of no's. USD Mexican tacos is at the upper danger zone on the 5-minute. So that's something we'll watch out for. I haven't even paid attention to tacos in the past 2 weeks. Surprise, surprise. All right. So no. Yes on gold. Damn gold. Gold, 5-minute upper danger zone. Okay, then let's go on to the 1 hour time frame and look at the same thing. So USD. And so instead of looking over here at the apocalypse, now we'll switch to the arbitrage and see if it matches up. So no. So the GBP/USD on the upper danger zone, lower danger zone on the 1 hour time frame doesn't match up with the 5-minute, but we'll take a look at it regardless. So I'm going to put an X next to it. Hey, it's okay. No worries, man. No worries. It's all good. All right. US 30, we have it at the upper danger zone. Wait a minute. This is on the 1 hour. Never mind. But that's still good because I still want to sell. US 30 and all that, like I had mentioned yesterday on my weekly analysis. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you, or nice to hear of you. All right. So USD Mexican, it does match up with the upper danger zone, so that's a check mark for me. And then on the last one, gold matches up as of course it would. So we have USD Mexican and gold. They checked out on both the 5 minute and the 1 hour. It's just GU, but we'll take a look at that later. Let's go ahead and go to GBP. I have a lot of GBP pairs on my radar right now. So Euro GBP, 5 minute time frame. We do have. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. But if you do have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. GPAUD is at the lower danger zone. We have, like I said, I have a lot of GB pairs on my radar right now. So this is at the upper danger zone. GA is at the lower danger zone, 5 minute. GN is at GCAD is at the lower danger zone. 5 minute lower danger zone. Look at this. There's just a lot. I don't really care for GPCHF, but I'll take a look at it regardless. 5 minute lower danger zone. I don't look at the Hong Kong dollar. I'll definitely take a look at EA for you. That is one pair that I usually do take a look at. GN is at the lower danger zone. And it was in profit this morning because I mentioned yesterday that I was in the trade from Monday. But it was in profit earlier. It's acting up, but it still is a valid sell. What else do we have? I don't trade any of those. GU, again, lower danger zone, so I'm not going to write that down again. And what do we have left here? So GZAR. So far we have Euro GP, GPAUD, GCAD, GPCHF, and GPNZD. Like 5 different GB pairs, right? So do the same thing on the hourly. And what that would look like is, so Euro GP is confirmed on both the hour and the 5 minute. GA is confirmed. GCAD is confirmed. GPCHF isn't confirmed, but we'll still take a look at it. So GA, GCAD, GCHF, and GPNZD is confirmed. Again, I don't trade these other ones, so I'm not really going to look at them. And let's go to the second page. No. All right, so we have GB pairs. Let's switch on to AUD pairs. Oops, I did not mean to do that. AUD. Okay. So starting off on the 5 minute chart. No. Yes, on GPAUD, already have that. So don't really need to keep going with AUD. Let's look at Euro. No. Yes, on Euro GP, we already have that. All right, so we have Euro JPY. Oh, I have a lot of pairs today. All right. Euro JPY on the 5 minute upper danger zone. We have Euro NZD at the upper danger zone. I like this week's what we have on here. I don't trade that. No. I'll go to the second page. All right, so we have Euro JPY and Euro NZD. Euro GP was already on the list, so we don't need to write it down again. Oh yeah, I have to go back because I accidentally pressed a different button. Okay, so euro. Oops. There we go. All right, so same thing for euro. We're on the 1 hour chart. Yep. Oh, no, 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 no. Yes, for euro CHF. That wasn't even on the list. And I don't really trade it, so I'm not going to look at it. So we have euro JPY isn't even on here, so I didn't even notice that. Number 2. So euro JPY is confirmed. And likewise, well, not likewise, because euro NZD it isn't confirmed. So, but we'll still take a look at it. And so that's with the euro pairs. And last but not least, let's look at the NZD pairs. NZD. Okay, so this is on the 1 hour. Go to the 5 minute. NZD. Euro NZD, again, we already have that. GP NZD, we already have that. No, no, no. So yeah, we don't have to look at the other pairs. All right, so what is on our list? And I'll add a few pairs because I look at them regardless. EA, EU, UCAD, and SPX. I'll look at those. Those are just pairs I'm going to look at regardless. But what we have so far is we have GPUSD, we have USD Mexican, we have gold, we have Euro GBP, we have GPAUD, we have GPCAD, we have GPCHF, GBP NZD, Euro JPY, Euro NZD, Euro AUD, Euro USD, USD CAD, and the SPX 500 because that's what I trade. All right. If there's any other pairs that you want me to take a look at, I have no problem with that. I'm going to start at the top of the list with GPUSD. And I'm going to go ahead and look at this on the 5 minute chart first. Might be making a double bottom. I actually like this. Oh, it's already on here. Yes, my love. Bye. Bye. Love you. Have a good day. I don't know why my door's been acting up lately. But anyways, so let's go to GU. I'm going to take off my markups from what I've already had because we could just refer back to my weekly analysis if anything. Okay, so with GU, what we had was, what we have is that the RSI line is definitely in the lower danger zone. So that's something that I like to look out for sure, for sure. I could see why on the 1 hour time frame it wouldn't be there. Let me go ahead. And have it like this. So it is kind of there on the 1 hour time frame. It's just that it's just a little bit, it's just a little bit not 100% there. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my video. There we go. Hopefully that'll make things a little smoother. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I be laggy. But so one thing that I want to see with GU is I definitely want to see it break through this RSI line, which is at 1.23. I'll mark that up. I want to see it break this level at 1.23055, that area. Because as you can see, both on the 5 minute and on the 1 hour, it's showing that that's what, let me push this a little lower. Push those lower so you can see. But yeah, so nothing's calling for a buys yet on the 1 hour time frame. That's in fact the exact opposite is being called. It's looking for sells. But like I said, if I would want to see a buy, I would want to see price to break through this little support, resistance, retest, and then go bullish. On the retest, as long as it gets respected, that is what I would be looking for as an entry, right? That would be my entry, and I would take a buy position, take it up to the upper danger zone like how I usually do, and my stop loss would be just slightly below these lows. You would want to watch out for this wick right here because price could just go down and wick you out if you do get into this trade. The risk to reward is almost 1 to 2. You're risking 48 pips to get 92 pips. That's pretty decent in my books. And overall, I do want to see GPUSD go bullish. So this matches up with my weekly analysis as well. So those are good signs. Those are the type of signs that I want to see. But again, I need for price, and I'll just scooch this to the right. Yes, about the same thing. Probably won't happen on the 5 minute this far down, but I'm just going to leave it up regardless. I'm going to go ahead and set my alert for this trade. And as I mentioned it in my chat, I didn't mention it in the other chat, but I had said that with SPX 500, the alert did go off for the sell. I was asleep, so I didn't get in. But I don't want that. So Apocalypse 5 minute, I'm gonna set it for the long instead of the 1 hour because the 5 minute will pop up faster. So that's for GPUSD. So I'm just gonna put order set. All right, let's go on to USD Mexican. Oh yeah, they did want me to use double shift, huh? They won't let me I guess they're changing what they do on TradingView. Oops. There we go. Why is it not changing on here? Is my question. There we go. Finally. And let me actually full screen my screen. I just feel like it makes things a little easier. All right, so USD Mexican, it looks like about the same thing with GPUSD, is that it just needs to break and retest this RSI line, which looks pretty solid to me. I like the sells on, wait, actually, just real quick, I want to go on the daily time frame. Ooh, yeah, I would want a sell to retrace so that we can get the retest of the RSI line. Okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna mark that up real quick because this would be an area of interest for me. Okay, 1 hour. Oh, that's solid. All right, so what I would want to see on USD Mexican for my sell, for a sell opportunity, is for price to break through the RSI line, retest it, and then go lower. Now, the reason why I marked it down here is because I do want to see price come all the way down here and then go bullish, because as you can see on the daily time frame, it's called for the buy. So I just want the retest of that RSI line. That's what makes things good for me. Right now, what I'm seeing, what it looks like is we have a double top on USD Mexican. As you can see these wicks up here. Let me actually go a little closer. So this is a double top that I'm talking about. We had price go up and then down and then up. If it respects right here, I expect it to drop. And again, what I would want to see is a retest of this RSI line, and then a continuation to the downside. That's what I would want to see on on USD Mexican overall. Looks like we're starting to get these things. We're starting to drop for a sell, but we don't have it quite yet. Likewise with on the 5 minute time frame, is nothing different really. So Gonna have that right there for a potential sell. And I would put my stop loss just above these wicks, just to be safe. It's probably going to be a 1 to 1 point something risk to reward ratio. We'll see. All right, solid. So it's a 1 to 2.10 risk to reward ratio basically when you put the stop loss above these wicks. The way how, like I said, I see this double bottom. Usually with double bottoms, we don't see price come back up again at these levels. So that's like I said, if this goes into a sell, then that would be a good sign for that. Let me go on the 15-minute time frame real quick. I think it's already not necessarily yet setting up for that buy. This would probably be for the what's the word I'm looking for? For the impulse move. There you go. I had to really think about that. It should probably be more for the impulse. I'm just gonna stick to the 1 hour time frame. But yeah, this looks good for a buy. I mean for a sell. But like I said, I want the break and retest before the drop to happen. I don't just want to buy when I see that impulsive move. All right, so that's for USD Mexican. Any questions on that? No questions, no comments, no concerns. All right. So I don't think I set my alert for this one. Let me check. When did I set this? June 23rd. Oh, would you look at that? So get rid of that. Let me get rid of some of these alerts. Hold on. The 1 hour. Oh, I already did have a long for the 1 hour. Oh, I'll just delete this. And I'm going to delete this one as well. All right, cool. So USD Mexican on the 5 minute, set the alert because, like I usually say, always the 5 minute would give the alert way before the 1 hour. Like it'll give it probably like even an hour before the 1 hour. So that's why I like setting up on the 5 minute apocalypse time frame. So short and create. So now I'll just let NZD USD, of course, no problem. I'll go ahead and add that to the list. I think I'm like one of my students, they had asked me, and I already told them I'm looking for sales on NZD USD, but I will take a I didn't even look at it. He just like showed me a chart, and I'm like, I like the sales, but I'll take a look at that for sure. Let's go on to gold. Oh, Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold, Mr. Gold, Mr. Gold. So delete all this stuff here. Gold looks like it wants to drop. And I had said this, I mentioned the same thing on my analysis that I think that this might drop, and like both time frames, it looks like it's dropped. We have the break, the retest on the 5 minute, which looks pretty decent. I'm not too keen on the 1 hour with the break and retest. I mean, we have this candle go up and retest it, so this could drop at any moment, like at any given time. I don't like trading gold anymore. I really don't have an infatuation of trading it. I used to love trading it, but not any longer. But if we could have price come slightly back up, now this is all up to you. You could press the sell button right now because it is calling for the sell, and this looks like it wants to start dropping, as well as on the level pro. Just have to wait a little bit longer for things to really cross, but it looks like it does want to drop. So what I would want preferably is for price to come up a little higher, just a little bit, to retest that RSI line and then drop. Again, I had mentioned last week that I think 1750 might be a good area, but just like for for what we're here for, the intraday trade, this looks preferable. And then you have your stop loss Personally speaking, I would put it at, that's high though, but it's the safest way to put it over this wick that was previously there. That would be the safer way for gold. And then so you'll be, it's like a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio basically. But this is the trade yeah, a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio for sure. You're risking 448 pips to get 907 pips. And again, you could sell it right now because it is calling for the sell, but I'd personally, if I were to trade gold, I'd rather get this entry up here for it and then drop. But that's all up to you. Like I said, price could literally just drop from right here as we speak. So that's all up to the trader. But yeah, this looks solid for a sell. Like I mentioned yesterday, it does look like it might go into a sell, and GBP NZD is playing life right now. 1 second. It's all good. Nothing for me to be too worried about. All right, so that's that's gold. Like I said, as you can see it dropping. The indicator, we have the RSI line on the level pro starting to cross. Even over here on the Apocalypse level pro, you can see that it's starting to cross through as well. So yeah, this looks solid for the sell, guys. So that's what gold. Euro GBP is the next one up. Don't know why this didn't change, but sure. Oops. All right. So Euro GBP, this is something definitely to watch out for a sell. This sell might be coming very shortly. We did have price almost fake out and come break through the 5-minute Euro upper danger zone, but it didn't. But I still do expect price to break through, retest, then drop some more. Actually, I like it on the 5-minute more than the 1 hour, although it's the same thing. So wait for the breakout, retest, sell it down. How many pips is this? This looks like a really good trade to me. I wouldn't put my stop loss up here. That's fine. I'm okay with if price comes back to these highs and then stops me out about 25 pip stop loss. That's actually amazing. So you're risking 25 pips to gain 81 pips. That's the type of trade that I like to see. We don't have these crossed. We don't have anything crossed over here on this side yet, nor on this side. So just 5-minute time frame would wait for the alert to sell. Apocalypse, shorts, and create. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Yeah, I like Euro GBP a lot. I want to get the sell alert, and then once the sell alert happens, then I'll wait for the retest, and then if I get a retest, I'll get in, then I sell it down. So we have orders set on Euro GBP as well. Already in motion with gold. Let's take a look at GBP AUD. Okay, so GA is kind of doing the same thing as GN, which I don't appreciate. Still doing the same thing. Well, it's okay. Anyways, like I mentioned yesterday, I do want to see GA go up, and that's still on my mind. I still have the same thing. Doesn't look like we have that yet, but we do have the upper danger zone right at the RSI line. So I'm not really going to change anything because this basically tells you what I want to see. I want to see price go up, which it almost did. It almost broke through it, but it used it as a resistance this time. So we kind of have to wait at this point. But yeah, like I said, I want to see price break through, retest the RSI line, and then go up. So nothing's really changed on my analysis for GA, but this isn't really on my radar right now. Although if this is on your radar, then just watch how it might react right here, because price could just literally use this as a resistance, because it kind of looks like on a 15-minute time frame a head and shoulders pattern. And I'll go ahead and actually show that. I'm gonna stray away from arbitrage real quick just to show the pattern. Okay, so the pattern that I'm speaking of, head and shoulders pattern, doesn't really look like it to the extreme, but this is what it looks like. I'll do it in two different ways. So we have, this is the left shoulder right here. Well, this is the inverse head and shoulders, the way how it looks like. This is the head, and then this is the right shoulder. That's what it looks like if you're just using like lines to identify them. But as long as price respects here, then I do think that it's going to go bullish. But like I said, that's if you're using those lines. Let me actually get the head and shoulders tool so you can see it a little better. So left shoulder, the head, and right shoulder. Now again, price needs to respect right here at this level in order for this to be valid. And this looks terrible, but you guys get the general idea. Have the head and shoulders pattern right there on the 15-minute time frame. So I want to see price respect here and then go bullish. But again, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on arbitrage to give me the sell. I'm in the buy on this one, because same thing with GP and ZD. Like I said, it's just misbehaving. Like, look, you see that this is dropping, so don't really like seeing that. Back to the bands. But yeah, that's what I see on GA. It's the same thing as everything else, but I'm not really interested in it because it's just dropping right now. So I'm just gonna put watching. So GCAD, let's go to GP's CAD. Looks like all the GP pairs are doing the same thing, basically. Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like the GPs did all one. Let me get rid of this drawing. Well, actually, let me see what I was talking about on GCAD yesterday, because that might just be what's happening. Yeah, I did say that it should keep dropping. So, sounds about right, but that's not what we're here for. Not here to look at an overall way of just looking at potential setups or remove drawings. So yeah, it looks like all the GE pairs are basically doing the exact same thing, which I'm not feeling. But what I would want to see happen on GCAD if we're looking for the buy is for price to break through the RSI line, retest, go bullish. I don't know why I'm on just this. But again, I don't like it. It just looks like it might just come down to the two deviations, respect it, and then start to go bullish. But I'm not feeling GCAD. Like I said, it's already been in motion for the sell. So I'm just gonna put watching for a possible buy, but not really caring for it. Just go on to GPCHF. And like I said, I'm pretty sure all the other G pairs are doing almost the same thing. Yeah, GPCHF is actually calling for that sell. Not really caring for buying. Well, I don't even look at GPCHF in general, but it's just called for the sell. So would definitely just set it. If you are a GPCHF trader, I would just set an alert for a buy and just wait for that to happen, which, I mean, you know what? Because I want to see how many pips from here to up there. At 78, yeah, why not? Set up an alert on a 5-minute. Not crossing. I want the actual buy call. Long. Create. Wow. Hold on, let me see if I could change it right now. I forgot to switch it over again. Of course. Sounds about AB. Let me see if I could switch it right now, and it just automatically would upgrade me. So, meetings, user management, users, edit. All right. So unfortunately, I don't think that we're gonna get me being able to, or actually, you know what? I will be right back. Let me pause recording, and I'll just go ahead and join the recordings together once everything's done. But so GPCHF, I've already set the alert on it for the buy because it looks like it might go back into it. But like I said, I'm just waiting. It's called for the sell on both the 5-minute and the 1 hour. So I'll just wait for it to break through the RSI line, retest it, and then get back in, or not get back in, but then hop in. So I'd want to see something like this. So that's retest, and then continuation to the upside is what I want to see on GPCHF for a buy. But if I don't get the retest of the RSI line or the breakout of it, then I'm not going to buy. So that's for GPCHF. So order set, and I'm watching. All right. Let's go on to a trade that I'm currently in from on Monday, but it's just been playing games with me so far, but I'm still okay in it. All right, so kind of the same thing as what I said yesterday. Just want the break and retest of the RSI line. We had it this morning. I thought that I had actually added a position right here because I thought we already had it, but price apparently said, no, I'm just going to fake you out and make you think that you have it, but you really don't. But nonetheless, if I was looking at the 5-minute time frame, then I could have gone not to sell, but it's okay. Still want the same thing. As long as price respects this little zone that I have drawn, then I expect it to break, retest the RSI line, and then continue to the upside. Like I said, I'm already in this buy. My overall bias for GN for this week, I want it to go bullish, so I'm already in it, but I'm not saying for anybody else to get in. Just would rather you wait. In fact, I will set an alert again on GN when it wants to tell me that it's going long. Create. All right, but yeah, overall, same thing as right here. Breakout, retest, continuation. That's for GN. Any questions on GN? Nope. All right, sounds good. You're good, I'm good, we're all good. All right, let's go on to Euro JPY. I'm so not going to get used to that double shift anytime soon. All right, Euro JPY is already called for the sell. Awesome. So, and it already looks like it's retested. We got the breakout on the 5-minute, retested. So this looks like it's already going for the sell right now. So what I would suggest, and it doesn't look like it's that far away, from this entry. So what I'm going to even do is set the alert for both the 1 hour and the 5 minute for the short exit all, because this already looks like a solid trade to me. I don't think that got set. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, cool. So I'll have the short exit all alert for your JPY on the 5 minute. Gonna do it on the 1 hour as well. This is a trade that I'm looking to get into right now. Atlas, no, arbitrage. Same thing, short exit all, or there's some people who would just put long. Short exit all and long are basically the same alerts, because if you're getting out of the sell, that means you're entering a buy, if you look at it in that type of way. So yeah, Euro JPY, definitely a trade that I'm looking to get into right now. I'm gonna go onto my MT4, or if you have whatever you use for your trading, I'm getting into this trade. This is the setup that I'm looking at right now. Just past these previous highs. Actually, don't really care for the risk to reward on this. I really don't care for the risk to reward on this particular trade. If it could come up a little higher, that'd be more beneficial to me. I like to sell. I'm going to get in it regardless. I just didn't like the risk reward, how it was. This slightly looks better, but I'm not going to wait for price to come up here. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to set my alert to tell me when to get out. So, Euro JPY, place my sell. All right, and then stop loss is at 121 point. I'm going to put my stop loss at 121.185, or 121.200 is a good stop loss as well. 21.185, and then my TP is 120.200. All right, and again, so I already have my alert set for me to get out of the trade when I need to. I got my position, because of spreads and everything, is 120.736. But again, if you could potentially get price to come up here before a drop, that would be more ideal than the entry I have. But again, the price is already called for the sell. On the 5 minute, it already looks like it retested it. So I do expect a drop to happen. Any questions on your JPY? Okay. Let's look at Euro NZD. We might have the same thing on it. Or not the same thing, but it might be calling for the sell as well. It's gonna. That's exactly what it looks like is doing. It's about to call for the sell. So on the 5 minute, it was faking out a lot, but we do have the sell call. Don't really have a retest quite yet of that RSI line, although price did wick up and then dropped, but I would still want to see price come back up to retest and then drop. So the alert that I'm going to set for here is I'm going to have on the 5 minute chart right here, I'm going to go ahead and Euro NZD. Actually, no, just going to leave it at Euro NZD crossing value. I want to come to the apocalypse and have it RSI line. So once if it does retest the RSI line, then that will give me the alert to be like, hey, it's at or crossing through the RSI line. You might want to look to see if you want to get in the sell or whatever I got to do, right? So yeah, Euro NZD looks like it's gonna call for the sell very shortly. Just would want the retest and then continuation to the downside. So we're already one way through. So yeah, that's Euro NZD. Any questions on EN? All right, nothing. That's all good. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Euro AUD that was requested. Looks like all the Euro pairs are kind of doing the same thing right now. Okay, remove drawings. Remove drawings. Oh wait, I already did that. I don't know why I did it again. All right, so Euro AUD kind of looks like Euro NZD, which they usually do, like work hand in hand together. What I want to see is, again, price to come up to the RSI line again for a retest. Although it kind of already did that. Now that I'm looking at it, it broke out yesterday. It's retested. It looked like it was is giving a fake out, but this just looks like a stop punt. This, I think we kind of already missed our entry for Euro AUD for a sell. But if I were to try to get back, if I wanted to get into it, I would need price to come back up here and respect the RSI line. I think we already missed this entry, but I do think it looks like it's dropping at least. It might. NZD pairs, well, not NZD, AUD pairs is kind of, like I said, AUD has just been playing games with my life. I still think that it's going to potentially go bullish. So even regardless, although I do see that, yes, on the 1 hour time frame, it is calling for a sell, I do kind of want to see this buy. So, but again, I think we missed the entry regardless. So again, if I were to get into a side, I want price to come back up and respect the RSI line and then drop. So that's what I'll watch for. Okay. Does that answer your question for EA, Danny? I know that you asked for it.
Yeah. Hi. So for what level you expecting to retest and then drop again?
So I would wait for the RSI line right here at 1.63698 or 1.63700. I'd watch it to see if it does go back up there and for a potential drop. But overall, I kind of do want to see Euro AUD go bullish. Like, just like if I'm looking at it from a daily time frame point of view, it looks like it's starting to set up for a buy, although it's not quite there yet.
So, that was my thinking as well. Yeah?
Well, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, what Royce was talking about in Sunday is that after the long ride of going bearish, it's finally start to reverse. So he said that he expecting that, and it was already in Sunday calling for expecting to go calling
for bullish.
Buy. Yeah, for buys. So he expecting that this week.
He
will go up.
And I feel the exact same way. I do think that it is gonna. I do want. Let me not say I expect it. I do want it to go into a buy, but it's just like from this 1 hour point of view, it's kind of like not really ready for a buy just yet. But that's why I said for the sell, since it's called for the sell, we already missed that entry. But if we were to try to get into a sell, I would prefer it to come back up to retrace and then drop, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking.
Okay.
All right. So
let's see.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. So that's for EA, Euro USD. Euro USD. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the Euro pairs are just dropping right now. And so this is dropping, which, dang. It's just, hold on. Let me see what I drew up yesterday. Well, Euro USD has been dropping. Like I had mentioned that it was going to drop yesterday. I thought it was going to come back up here personally to drop, but I guess it didn't. The sell call was called about 9 o'clock yesterday, 10 o'clock my time yesterday. So shortly after I got off the call. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like we already missed the trade. That happened about a couple hours ago for the sell. Looks like we missed it. Never got the retest, so I probably wouldn't have even gone in. But for EU, yeah, it's dropping like how I wanted it to, so I'm not even going to pay attention to that. Let's look at USD CAD. This might have already gone bullish. Oh, it hasn't. So UCAD is actually a trade that like I was saying yesterday, like this might go bullish, and it does look like that's exactly what it wants to do. It retested here, so this actually might be a decent trade that I want to get into since I'm already seeing a lot of bullish momentum with the US dollar. Let me see how many pips this is away from the RSI line. 10 pips. I wouldn't mind buying this. I wouldn't mind buying this. We had the breakout, it retested the RSI line down here. I wouldn't mind buying this because it does look like that UCAD, like I said, if we go on the daily time frame, this is from yesterday's analysis that I did. It looks like this wants to go bullish. So all it really needs to do is break through the RSI line right here, breakout, retest, then go up, and then I expect to I still want to see this drop. But UCAD, that's another trade you can get into. It's 10, like I said, it's 10 pips away from the RSI line on the daily. I mean, on the 1 hour, not the daily. All right, no problem, Danny. Have a good one. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it, man. So as long as price can respect right here, I would get in. If it does start to lower a little bit, like 3-4 pips, I'll get out real quick to see exactly what would happen next. But this looks like a solid buy to me. Everything's pointing for a buy. Price is just recently from this sell, it broke out, retested again. Yeah, I definitely like the bullish move on UCAD right now because it is setting up for a buy. But again, what price can literally be doing is just retesting or respecting this RSI line for a drop. But that's not what I think is going to happen here. I think the exact opposite is going to happen. It's going to actually just go for a buy from here. So again, guys, this is all traders. Like, this is all up to you. But I think this is a solid trade for a buy. Would definitely prefer, this would be my entry right here if price came back down to retest the RSI line to go up. That would be my entry that I would want to see. So that 10 pips, that 10 pips is going to make or break me. I'm already in 3 trades, so I'm good regardless. SPX 500. Now, my head is telling me to stay away from this, but I don't know how I feel about that. Damn, that was a nice whip to the upside. Oh, I would have paid attention. I would have not if I was paying attention. If I would have seen this like 5 or 10 minutes ago, then I would have definitely told us, all right, let's go ahead and get into this sell. But SPX 500 overall doesn't look really good for the sell on the, let me switch to here. It doesn't really look that great for the 1 hour buy, but I'm not going based off of the 1 hour. I'm going based off of the 4 hour time frame. And so I explained the same thing about the Dow Jones yesterday, that I wanted price to retrace back up to the RSI line and then drop. We don't necessarily have that with SPX 500, but Dow Jones, again, like I said, we did have that. Price did come up to the RSI line and it's respecting it. And that's exactly what it's doing right now. So I still want to see this drop happen. This is for the Dow Jones. I still want to see this drop happen. And if that drop does happen, then naturally SPX 500 will follow right through. So kind of still want this to happen on SPX, but I'm watching it because it could literally just respect right here. Another thing, the same head and shoulders pattern I talked about, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, we kind of have the same thing here. So you want to watch out for that. I'm always wary of these patterns. I always watch for them. You want to watch out for it though, because price can just come down here, respect this, and then go bullish. So just wanted to speak on it, not really looking to get into it or anything like that right now. All right. And last but not least, NZD/USD. I know this was requested. I'm sorry I'm doing it so late. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that works. Never mind. Okay, so NZD/USD overall, because I'm just going to do it overall real quick. Overall, it's been extremely bullish for a couple of days now. I do think it's going to go bearish, like I had mentioned. 4-hour time frame, it's already been called for. It's already been selling, and I think it's going to continue. Maybe it came to the second deviation and left that wick. 1-hour time frame. Okay, so for NZD/USD, I kind of would rather wait to see if price can come back up again, like how it did right here. It broke, retested the mean line and the RSI line, then dropped. I kind of would want to see it come back to the RSI line and then get an entry for a sell. Because, like I said, overall, I think this is going to be bearish. So this is what I would want to see. Now, it may not happen. It looks like it will though, because we do have these oversolds right here. And so, like, again, like just a retest of this RSI line, then a drop. That seems realistic to me. So yeah, that's for NZD/USD. Do you have any questions on that? I think it's just me and you right now. So if you want, you could ask me an in-depth question on it or something.
No, that makes sense to me. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, that's about it for me. I'm going to go ahead and join all these two recordings together because I did have to stop it. And I'll post it up as soon as possible, probably within the next hour or so. But thank you guys thank you everybody who hopped on. Thanks for hopping on and just being here. Appreciate the support and everything. And hope let's get this money. I know that EJ is currently in good profit. Well, not good. It's in decent profits. So just watching out for that. 10 pips in profit. That's pretty decent. So yeah, let's have a good week. See you later.